Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to take better photos on your HONOR X7d. Alright, let's open up the camera, and now I'll try to show you and I'll explain to you what things you can do and which things you should avoid. So let's begin with the normal photo mode. In here always let's make sure that the HDR mode is enabled for the better quality of our photo. Always keep this mode enabled. Also, when it comes to the zoom levels, you should avoid using high zooms. On our HONOR the maximum value is only 8x, but it's not the biggest zoom, but we should also avoid that, because if you're using the zoom, the quality of your camera and the resolution will be simply worse, and that is why the photo will look better. So what I highly recommend to do is to use 1x or 2x zoom, and instead of zoom in using your fingers, simply move a little bit closer to the object physically with your phone, and then take a picture. And because of that, simply the quality of the photo will be better. So zoom with your feet instead of zooming with your fingers. Moving closer to the object is always better than using the higher zoom level. Also, before taking a picture, it's always good to simply tap on the screen to gain the focus and then take a picture. Also, we have something called the exposure. If you are in a very well lit environment, when it's really bright, and when you take a photo, it might don't look pretty good because of the light. So that is the moment when we can adjust our exposure a little bit. To do it, simply tap on the screen and slide to the downside to lower it, and if you want to increase it, simply go to the upside. Lowering exposure is the best, just like I was saying, when it's really bright in the area that you are taking a picture, and if it's really dark, you can increase the exposure a little bit to create a better photo. So you'll make sure that everything will be contained on your photo. Alright, that's the thing. We also have the night mode prepared and created for people who like to take pictures at night. Also really a useful thing, and I highly recommend trying it. Also, we have the Pro mode, that is one of my favorites. This mode basically is for people who like to adjust almost everything before they take a photo. So we can adjust the ISO, the saturation, exposure value, the AF, and the white balance. As you take a look, there's a lot of things that we can adjust. If you don't know what those things are, you can click the information button right in here and you can read about it. So, for example, the ISO control the camera sensitivity to light. A higher ISO requires a shorter exposure time but produces a photo with more noise. Shutter set exposure time. Keep the device steady during exposure to avoid blurring the photo, and many more. Of course, you need to manually find out all of those features, how to use them. In here I'll show you a few things what you can do with your photo. For example, let's change the white balance. You can see how the colors are changing on the screen currently. So it's really a cool thing that you can adjust before taking the photo. If you want to restore into the default, click this button and click on OK, and now we have the default preset. So don't worry if you have selected something that caused this, that your photo is looking pretty weird with weird colors. You can simply hit the button to restore the defaults and everything will be okay. Also, let's go into the more, and in here, for the best quality of our pictures, we should use the high resolution mode. Thanks to that, we will have the best quality of our picture. We can also see under the information button that the high resolution can capture more details and works best in a bright environment. So you should use this mode in a in a pretty well lit surrounding and outside to take the best pictures. And also in here we have the best, actually not the best, but in here we have that thing that I was talking before, because in the high resolution mode zoom is not supported. So that's when we are taking a photo, that is why we should zoom using our feet instead of the digital zoom. In the high resolution, as you can see, we cannot zoom, so we should move closer physically to the object. It's like the best combo using the high resolution, and also before taking a photo, tap on the screen to gain the focus and then start a photo. Also, we can go into the settings, and now what I highly recommend to do is to enable the grid line, pretty useful thing, and the level, for example. Now, as you take a look, we have this first grid that can help us to position our phone in the proper way before taking a picture. So let's say I want to take a picture of this plant, and I want to make sure that it's exactly in the middle of my photo. So I'll place it. Now, thanks to the grid lines, I can position my camera in the proper way, and now I know that this flower is exactly in the middle. I can tap to gain the focus, and now is the moment where I should take the photo. And as you take a look, thanks to the grid lines, our flower is exactly in the middle of the screen, so everything went just like it should. The second thing is this bar, this horizontal line, and it tells us, are we holding our device on a proper level. If you are holding it steady in a good angle, you can see that it's changed its color into orange. So that's like suggestion to ours that we are taking our phone steady in the proper way. You can see that when I'm moving left or right, it's also changing. And now when I place my phone steady, the color has changed. And that's like information to us that we should take the photo right now. Alright, now that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment and subscribe.